All right. So just look at this cape for Alchemist. Like, look at this. It's starting with the smoke, and then the smoke keeps going down, but that smoke turns into the potion on fire on a cauldron. That is so fire, and you're only seeing the top of it from people right now. Like, look at this. Like, what? That is something I gotta grind for. Like, it's gonna take me a minute, but that's something I gotta grind for. To have all the potions, and the crazy thing is it has even more holes within the cape. Those bubbles are bubbles with the smoke. Like that, like I saw that, I was like, dang, like, all right, I gotta turn it. That is sick. Now, here's the other cool cape, the Carpenter cape. Now look at this. This has the cogwheel on the middle. Let me make this a little bit bigger. I think it's the biggest I can make right now. It has the cogwheel on the middle. And then it has the two cogs on the side, and then it's building, like you could see the saw, and then that builds into the hammer, and then you see the wood, and then you see it's getting turned to the chair. I was like, what? Like, now that's cool. Along with, and I think this is probably the most unique cape that you're gonna see, because it has the little saws on the side and it's the cutout. Like, I thought that shit was awesome too. Like, these two capes were one of the reasons why I'm like, all right, maybe I'm gonna have to stop playing RuneScape for a little bit. Like, I'm definitely cheating on my accounts too. Yeah, like that is fire for the. What was the other one? Like, we could go through them. Now this one, guard cape, I'll probably do a hard pass on this. The guard cape will probably be my last one to get. Like, it's all right, but all it has is arrows and the guard. Like, this definitely looks like a episode 1 free to play cape. Like, this is just so generic. This is honestly what I thought all the completionist capes would look like. Then they have the chef cape. The chef cape. Oh, the chef cape actually looks cool. Oh, the chef cape actually looks cool. Is that tomatoes? How do I could zoom in on this, right? Is that tomatoes? Oh shit. And then it's cooking with a pot on a skillet. Oh, that's so cool. Like, this one, the chef cape's cool. Like, I would grind for the chef cape. Like, not even for the skill and the money, I would grind the chef cape for the cape. The fisherman's cape, the fisherman's cape looked alright. I actually like the jellyfish and the stingrays at the bottom. And then, like, you see a wave and it's pushing out on the fish. Like, that's pretty tough. The fishman's cape is actually kind of tough. I ain't even gonna hold y'all on this one. This is tough. All right, the fish cape's cool too. The forager cape. The forager cape's all right. The forager cape has the shells. I mean, like, it's cool. It's cool. Like, you can see them picking up all the stuff. Like, yeah, I'm gonna need the jellyfish on my cape too. I'm gonna need a jellyfish on mine too. The forager cape's cool. It has the seaweed. It has the stuff on the side growing, and then at the bottom it has starfish with crabs. Like, it's all right. It's all right. The scout's cape looks cool too. Now the scout's cape, this has the bear at the top with, it looks like Bigfoot or somebody in the background. Yeah. A level 100 cape looks cool, dude. Like, looking at these capes, it's like, dang, I need to start setting these goals now. Like, it looks really cool. Like the Scout's Cape. Now the Scout's Cape, a level 100. If you could get Scout to level 200, I think you'll have all the best looks on the Scout's Cape. Like, look at that with the, what is that? Like crazy minotaurs in the background. You see their silhouette. What? With the snakes in the grass. Like, what else is with the snakes? It's just snakes in the grass. And then you see Bigfoot in the background. Like that. That is tough. That's the Scout's Cape. I'll go back to the Alchemist one more time. Like, it's still fire. Alchemist, I'll still put. Alchemist to me is still in top 5. I don't know if it's gonna be 1 yet, but Alchemist is top 5 to me right now. We're on Gatherers. Gatherers is all right. Yeah, the Gather skill is all right. Like, you see the trees. It almost looked like the woodcutting skill, but I think I could skip Gatherer's Cape a little bit too. I could skip Gatherer's Cape. I mean, it's cool, but like, looking at the other ones, like, this is like, I like it though. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. The Woodcutter's Cape. Now, when we get to the Mining Cape, y'all are gonna see that Mining Cape look fire, but the Woodcutter's Cape. Now this look kind of cool too. This kind of look tough. Like, you got the tree. This could be like the tree of Yggdrasil. And then you have the logs down there. Like level 2 Woodcutter's Cape is fire, but level 3 Woodcutter's Cape, that's where you're gonna make your bread and butter. So aim for 200 on Woodcutter at the very least. Because that's going to be a nice little bread and butter. Like, because the end of it is just some vines. Like, going 500 levels just to get vines is like, I might as well go 200. I might as well go 200. But 500, I don't know about that one. Not first Cape. But this is tough. This is an achievement right here. Going to Carpenters, we already looked at Carpenters a little bit. I still think this is another top 5. Maybe top 3 to me. This is actually top 3 to me. Top 3 Cape. Top 3 Cape. Carpenter's definitely fire. So you can see, I don't even know what that is in between. Like, is that Carpenter Tools? That has to be Carpenter Tools right there. That has to be Carpenter Tools. And then I see the hammer and the nail. And then I see the tree, they're taking the limbs off, and there's like, all right, now we got a chair now. Carpenter's worth 500. Minefighter looks pretty cool. Minefighter has the lizards, and then it has the bats. Like, to me, like Minefighter, all right, the way I see it, Minefighter looks a lot better than Guardian. But it doesn't, to me, look as cool as the Scout's Cape, because the Scout's Cape had all the people in the back. I gotta play some more of the first 2 episodes. Yeah, 3 and 4 has been good, but like the level 3 capes look cool too. Bone Right looks like it's at its best with the T-Rex at the bottom, because like, what? You get a T-Rex for Bone Right? You got to be all the way at level 500 just to get the T-Rex. That's crazy. That's crazy. They made you wait till 500 for the T-Rex. It's crazy. But like, oh, is that Dice? Why do you have Dice as a Bone Right player though? Yeah, Scout is very tough. Scout looked very tough right now. Scout is in the top 3 to 5 contender right now too. Like, this Dice, it has Dice and then it has a crossbow, or maybe that's they dedicate that as the sling with the shield. The shield's all right. The shield portion is all right. So 100 looks cool, but it really takes the cake at 500. So like, I would have to go. Yeah, the borders for, oh shit, I didn't even catch the border. Bone Right at 500 is crazy. Oh, I didn't know that there was a passive that makes Dice. Bone Right is looking tough. The Dice for Bone Right? All right, Bone Right knows what they're doing too. Bone Right. This miner cape is why I would probably go back to episode 3. The miner cape. Look at this. You got the mine cart with gold, or that's gold or ore going to it. And then this is just it's just a sack of ore, but the 200 and the 500, you get the gold pan and you get the amethyst. I call this amethyst. I play RuneScape. I'm gonna just say this is amethyst. But or rune, it's not runelite, but this is glowing gems right there. And that is tough. And then and look, what makes it even cooler, all right, just like how you said the Bone Rights borders were awesome, the borders for the miner cape is literally the tracks that you use for the mine cart. Andrew Gower know how to do some designs, y'all. Mine cart tough. The miner's cape is tough. This is one I'm gonna push for. Between this one and Alchemist, these two are what? The miner's cape is tough. Now blacksmithing, I've seen a few blacksmithing capes out already in the wild. The blacksmithing cape to me looks safe. It low-key looked like the Inferno cape. I like the red on it. Yeah. And then, and you could customize your looks with your cape. So the Inferno cape with the red, this is the black cape, the blacksmithing cape. It's all right. It's a safe option. I don't think it's the best looking cape, but I think it's a pretty cool safe option. You have the swords and all that. It's all right, you're a blacksmith. And I think blacksmith goes with the Cryo Knight. So, and that's the thing, why not have a color close to the Cryo Knight? Well, I guess you could customize the color, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. Yeah, like you said, it is fun to see them customize the colors too. And Stonemason cape is alright. Yeah, the blacksmith is cool for outfit possibilities. I like the stonemason, but I'm a hammer mage, and I think it actually this one is something that'll probably grow on me. Stonemason, building brick by brick. It has the hammer and the chisel. It's pretty kind of cool. Oh, I think this is a sculpture that is building. And then you see all your hammer mage stuff, and then you see the crossbones. You want the blacksmithing cape? I'm gonna have to get the 500 from my class. It's cool. Yeah, hammer mage is hammer mage is the. All right, now we go on to episode 4. This is the Watchman's cape, and this is why I'm going for Watchman. I said it in my videos. I said it in my last live stream. I love dragons, and this one, especially when you get to 200 and you can see most of the body, I'm gonna have to give it to the dragon cape. Dragon cape is gonna be top 3 for me automatically because you see a dragon on your back. You're walking around, it looks like you fight dragons. This is what this means, that you go around and you are just defeating and slaying the top bosses in the game. This looks like it could be a boss in cape. Now compare this cape that you got to guard. What is this? I chose Cryo Knight, but Hammer Mage looks way cooler. So I'll be honest, I thought the Hammer Mage looked really cool. And then I saw the Cryo Knight had a bow and arrow, and the Cryo Knight was so cool looking. As soon as I saw the bow, I was like, yeah, I wish I could have did a Cryo Knight, to be honest, to be completely honest. Because the Hammer Mage, I think we only got slings and shit. What can we really do to a bow? That's the crazy thing. What can we really do to a bow? But here's the thing. Now I like the watch person's cape out of choice. But out of all of the, you got the 200 guard cape. Yeah. So, listen, I'm sorry. I look at the 200 guard cape. It's a great cape. It's a great cape. But like, when you compare the 200 guard cape to the 200 scout cape, it's like, dang. Maybe they guard dirty a little bit. Like dang. Like, look at this. Hold on, let me. Dang. Tenebrae. Come, like, look at this. Yeah, guard look crazy basic, but like, I don't know. The detective cape, it starts with the clue. You're looking at footsteps. That's low key fire or high key fire. With the hand, I think you only really see part of the hand with level 1. The binoculars, 100 is pretty cool. I don't think the guard cape looks too fire until you see that wanted poster at the end, because like, you see the handcuffs, cool. You see the binoculars, cool. But that wanted poster with the dude with the stash on it, who's gonna always be wanted every time you have that cape on, like, that make it look cool. But like, listen now, as soon as you see these next two, you're gonna be like, dang, to the guard cape and the watch person cape. These next two, they may have episode 4 on a chokehold. We gonna have to see. Here's the leatherworking cape. So it started with. So you have your leatherworking tools. That's all right. That's all right. But it's a leatherworking cape. So what makes this cape look so cool is it look like it's leather, one, but then it's sewn together like you sewed it together with your leatherworking skills on each of the tiers. Now that is detail. That is some detail. And then he got the little pouches and the belt and the scissors to end that shit off. Like, we gotta figure out what the top looking capes are here in a second. This is leather. This probably has some of the best design, to be honest. Andrew Gower put his heart into this one too. It's the merchant's cape. Look at all that money at the end too. Because when you hit 500, you know you gonna be that rich. When you done with merchant, you gonna be that rich. 500, you that rich. You selling the merchant's books. The merchant's cape is fire. Then you got the road to it too, like the red. What? You got the red carpet going down. What? With everything that they ask you to sell on your way from 1 to 500. You got the clocks. You got that looks like a potion at the top. That has to be a potion. It does change. You have the pearls, you have the apples, and you have all the fruit and everything. Yeah, like the merchant's cape, you have the book, but then you end with the gold. What? That's just, I only see the top part of the merchant so far. This one definitely got to be a here comes the money. That's the money for real. Like, when you get this, like, they got to have like a cape shine or something to it. Like, the merchant's cape is, dang, it's fire. So here are my top capes. My top capes that I've seen that from going through it this time. I'll say the Alchemist one of the tops. Like, this design as a whole, like, look at this. It's like a thought bubble, but it's like the bubbles from the alchemy going into the bubble for the alchemy potion, using an alchemy potion that's supposed to be on like this Bunsen burner type thing. Like, alchemy has it. Like, alchemy is definitely a top contender. I cannot hold that back. I cannot hold alchemy back, especially on the fire. So that's one. We said We said Scout Cape is fire 2. Scout Cape has to be in 2. Scout Cape takes the cake 2. That's 2. That's 2 of 5. What else are we thinking? We saw him. I'm thinking Carpenter Cape. Well, do we agree on Scout's Cape at the very least? With the dude hiding in the back with the bears. Like, it started out with the bears, it's okay. But then you see this, like, Bigfoot looking thing in the back. Scout Cape, we're agreeing with the Scout Capes. We're agreeing with the Scout Capes, okay. Okay, we'll have Scout Cape number 2. Now, my bias has Watch Person's Cape, but I'm not going with bias. I'm going with how the capes look. The Carpenter Cape. The Carpenter Cape, definitely another one. The Carpenter Cape. Scout's Cape's a winner for sure. Okay, we going with Scout's Cape. Carpenter Cape. Excuse me. Carpenter Cape taking it too. Heavily agreed on Carpenter Cape. Heavily agrees with Carpenter Cape. Carpenter Cape's number 3. We got to figure out the top 3 after that. But Carpenter Cape, yeah, the Carpenter Cape definitely is a top contender. The Carpenter Cape just has everything. You have the saw, you have the hammer, you have the nails, you have the wood. Like, you're chopping off the leaves on the side of the wood. Like, Carpenter Cape have it. I would say the Merchant's Cape also. But I want to see if you guys agree with the Merchant's Cape. If we get a Merchant's Cape, agreed, that would be number 4. But we got to figure out what's number 5. Oh, cooking was... Oh, yeah, Cooking Cape was fire, too. Chef's Cape. All right. Is Chef's Cape number 5? Or are we thinking of another cape to be number 5? Miner's Cape was good, too. Chef's Cape and Merchant's Cape, they both are top tier. Something else than cooking? This remind me of like something else than... All right, so we had what else did we have? The Miner's Cape was another one. Merchants, Cooking, and Alchemy are 3 easy. The YouTube chat is saying that the Merchant's Cape and Cooking Cape's top tier capes too now. We do have the Miner's Cape. We didn't say anything about the Miner's Cape. Now the Miner's Cape, what the Miner's Cape has, it has the tracks. It has the tracks and it has the gold at the end of the road. Miners can be top 5. Miner can be top 5. Where are we putting Miner? Is Miner in the top 2? Not top 2, but is Miner one of the top tier capes? We could go through some of the other ones. Detective is cool now, but there are some cooler looking capes. Detective look cool. Leatherwork look cool. Leatherwork was up there. Carpentry, Scout, Leatherwork, Watchman, Stonesman. Ooh, let's look back. Let's look back at the stones. Like, we already talked about this. You got the seams of the leather as part of the cape, and that is very, very unique to this cape too. And then you have the scissors at the bottom. Them scissors are what's really getting it, because it's like you really cutting this in. We have leather. What else did we have? We had leather, Merchant's Cape. We go back to Merchant's Cape. Merchant, like at the very end, having the gold at the end. Like merchant means, like, honestly, to me, merchant means like you got money. You in this game, you sweated it out, you made that money. That's what merchants look like to me. We sweated it out, we made that money. Oh, the equivalent of a max cape would be crazy. Now imagine this too. If once we get past the early access, now what if these capes has abilities tied to them? Let's say 10% extra discount on off all things merchant at level 500. That's crazy. Miner, a chance to double mine. 1 node. Crazy. Scout. What do we want for the professions to get? Like a 10% bonus? Do we want 10% bonus, or do we want an extra chance for an extra loot? Extra loot could be fire for the capes for that too, or a teleport, because you know they don't want to do like too much extra. Like maybe a teleport to an area that's easy. That's easy. Scout could be a nice little teleport.